Good evening. Welcome to QUT Web News.
Good evening.
The federal government's rejected its first recommendation from the Commission of Audit and will continue to back subsidised transport to Tasmania. But Prime Minister Abbott again warned Australia is facing a tough budget next month.
The Prime Minister hit the ground running this morning. The cold weather a sure sign of things to come. State and territory leaders were in Canberra for the first Heads of Government meeting, with one topic high on the agenda.
It will be a tough budget. Don't want to make any bones about that. It is going to be a tough budget. The people of Australia elected us to deliver a tough budget.
He's going after Medicare, he's going after increasing people's taxes, and if he wants a fight, we will give it to him.
Yesterday's Commission of Audit report recommended the states take on more health and education responsibilities from the Commonwealth.
We need to actually sort out who does what in the year 2014.
Proposed changes to the way the GST pie is distributed drew fighting words from the premiers.
But I will fight every step of the way and will oppose every step of the way any change to the method for distributing the GST.
We believe that Victorians are dudded under the current distribution system for GST.
Mr Abbott says his government won't be responding publicly to any of the Commission's 86 recommendations until the May 13 budget. Jacob Shields, QUT News.
Brisbane people have been given the chance to find out how the G20 summit will affect their lifestyles when world leaders converge on the city in November. Organisers held a public forum today in City Hall.
Australia is the G20 host for the entire year, but the biggest event planned is the November Leaders Summit in Brisbane. Security arrangements are expected to have a major impact on the normal city routines, and today representatives from federal, state, local council and police services answered questions from the Brisbane public about potential issues.
We're doing a lot of work behind the scenes to ensure that disruption is minimised. And from the very outset, when we started 18 months ago, we've been talking about that disruption and we've minimised it to that weekend mostly.
One of the main concerns was whether there would be restrictions on people moving in and out of the city centre.
I work for a business in the CBD, so we're just sort of concerned what road closures are going to, how road closures are going to impact on our business.
The key message today is that Brisbane will remain open for business over the three-day summit, but with reduced parking and road closures in key places throughout the CBD, the effect on local residents and businesses remains to be seen. Organisers have stressed the best way to get around the city during the summit is by public transport, but they warn that people need to allow extra time for travel because of the expected delays. Jessica Turner, QUT News.
Thousands of fans waited this morning, fingers at the ready, for Splendour in the Grass tickets to go on sale. Unfortunately, the MoshTix website was hacked and many patrons ended up with empty bank accounts.
The three-day music festival is one of Australia's biggest. But ticket buyers were in for a rude shock, and an expensive one. Just minutes after tickets went on sale, the MoshTix site was hacked. Tickets were suddenly on sale at half price, but the $3 booking fee skyrocketed. Anywhere from $700 to $4,000.
Got through to the actual website to purchase the tickets, and as we were purchasing the tickets, I noticed that for 2 tickets they were trying to charge me a credit card fee of, I think it was just over $1,600. I didn't realise that until I'd actually clicked process payment.
Angry punters flooded social media. One tweeted, "Never been so disappointed with Splendour. Spent $1,000 on a ticket and didn't notice until it was confirmed." Lachlan Papasavis had a close call. He didn't complete the transaction.
I've kind of expected that kind of thing before. It's almost happened to me before, so whenever I'm booking tickets online, I take a lot of screenshots of all the processing and then the finalised payments.
Helena Brown, however, was not so lucky. Her transaction went through twice.
Everything looked fine, the confirmation looked fine, and I went to check my bank account details and I had an extra $1,000 taken out of my account on top of my ticket price.
I was able to purchase my 3-day tickets without any hassle. 15 minutes later, however, and other students were hit with outrageous credit card charges. MoshTix has cancelled all hacked transactions and tickets will have to be repurchased. They say they are contacting everyone who was overcharged. Gabrielle Lyons, QUT News.
More women are enrolling in self-defence classes. With concern about the growing number of assaults on females, Women say this makes them feel more confident about their safety.
Attacks on women make the news headlines on a daily basis, and many women are worried.
You hear it on the news, I just don't think it's safe being a girl.
Women took to the streets after the recent murder of French student Sophie Colombet, and martial arts schools said they're taking to the classroom too.
There's definitely been a big increase in the number of women interested in learning self-defence and following through with classes, definitely.
While Australia is considered to be a very safe country, statistics show that 1 in 5 women will be assaulted in their life. However, many cases still remain unreported. Solicitor Yasmin Dully, who works near the Roma Street Parklands, says she feels much more confident since taking self-defence classes.
When I walk down the street, whenever I'm, in situations where I feel quite afraid, I feel as though I have enough to be able to protect myself to get away from any dangerous situation. It's given me a lot of confidence.
And the benefits of self-defence could be life-saving.
When I was at schoolies, I've had people grab me or pick me up, and I've known how to get out of that situation and get away from them.
Kira Wallace, QUT News.
Logan City this morning turned on a big celebration for local hero, boxer Alex Lionheart Leopai. He may have lost the world heavyweight title fight, but he won the keys to his home city.
They gathered for an early morning party at Logan's Entertainment Centre. Traditional Samoan music and dancing, all for Alex. Obviously overwhelmed, but still managed to come up with his own punchline.
This is the key to the city, and whereabouts is the treasure?
Alex, we may not have treasure, but we have something more precious. You have our hearts.
Thank you.
Leopai also showed off his other natural talents. This proud Logan local isn't about to let it all go to his head. His $1.5 million fee for Sunday's fight.
A lot of people ask me if I'm going to move to the Gold Coast or I'm going to buy a BMW. I ain't going nowhere. This is the place, and I'll be Logan to the end.
One thing is clear, he's now a role model for the younger generation.
How he finished the race and how he started, and just wanted to commemorate and congratulate him. And he showed us that when you get knocked down, you can get back up and keep going in life.
We're just really proud of him.
Come this June, the father of 6 will be the first person inducted into Logan's Sporting Hall of Fame. Leopai and his coach plan to take on American Shannon Briggs later this year. For now, Leopai can have his cake and eat it too. He's taking 3 weeks off training to spend quality family time. Dinah Boucher, QUT News.
It's Buddha's birthday, and Brisbane is celebrating. Thousands of people braved grey skies to converge on South Bank for the first of a 3-day party.
Brisbane's South Bank has been overtaken by thousands of red lanterns, strung up as part of an annual celebration of the birth of the Buddha. Organisers say the festival is the biggest such event in the world. Since 1997, the Buddhist Festival has grown into one of Queensland's most prestigious cultural events, attracting more than 200,000 people. More than 1,000 volunteers have worked for the past 2 weeks preparing for the festival. Organisers say while the event is to celebrate Buddha's birthday, it also aims to demystify the Buddhist philosophy.
The aim is the festival is to promote the Buddhism, but when we say the Buddhism, in fact, it's the Buddha's education. It's the education, not the religion.
Illustrating that the festival is not just for Buddhists, school children from surrounding districts have joined in the festivities, some of them travelling for more than 5 hours to get here. For them, it's a learning opportunity.
Every time my students come to this festival, every student I ask, they enjoy something different.
Organisers say the festival is also about trying to improve society.
For Buddhists, they all aspire to be better people, and I think the whole community wishes for that too.
That idea was reinforced today with the traditional washing of Buddha, which is accompanied by the mantra, have a good heart, say nice words and do good deeds. Roisin O'Connor, QUT News.
In sport, Collingwood coach Nathan Buckley says Marley Williams is set to play in tonight's clash with Carlton at the MCG despite his limited preparation.
Williams is a surprise inclusion less than 2 weeks after he received a 12-month suspended sentence for breaking a man's jaw. He comes into the side after fellow defender Alex Fosello was ruled out through injury. Dale Thomas will face his old team, the Magpies, for the first time since signing with Carlton. But Carlton coach Mick Malthouse says the media-induced pressure will not affect the game.
But don't try to make it that it's our number one fundamental issue, because it's far from that. Far from that. In fact, it's hardly a blip on the radar.
And the Sydney Swans are still the favourite to beat Brisbane Lions, even without Lance Franklin, who'll be resting a knee injury. Hannah Daly, QUT News.
Time now for a look at the weather. Temperatures in the southeast today. Brisbane had a muggy 22 degrees. Golden Sunny Coast hit 21 and so did Ipswich. Around the nation tomorrow, and everyone can expect light rain but clearing for the weekend. The sun is creeping out in Brisbane for a top of 20. Light rain in Sydney and Canberra. Melbourne can expect rain and wind, a chilly 14. Showers in Adelaide and Hobart, 22 degrees in Perth. And afternoon showers in Darwin, a top of 33. The forecast for Queensland, and the sun is making an appearance. A top of 21 in Mount Isa, a possible shower in Cairns, top of 32 in Townsville and Mackay in the late 20s. An early shower in Bundaberg and warm and sunny in Rockhampton and Longreach. The outlook for Brisbane over the next 3 days, and you can expect some chilly mornings. A fine and sunny weekend with a top of 21 heading into next week. And that brings you up to date with the weather.
That's all the news we have time for now.
We'll be back Monday with more QUT News. Goodbye.
Goodbye.